Good morning everyone, I'm Miss Rose and welcome to Mathematics, Science and Technology. Our topic for today is measurement. Learning objectives. At the end of the chapter, the student can list and describe the systems of units, perform conversions of units, discuss the importance of measurements, perform rounding off numbers, and identify significant figures. So what is measurement? So measurement is the quantification or attributes of an object or event, which can be used to compare with the other objects. On the other hand, the comparison of an unknown quantity with no known quantity. The result of the measurement is the numeric value with a certain units. We can measure length, mass, capacity or a volume, and temperature of a given object. So in measurement, there are units and systems. First is the metric system or the English units. So the metric system is a system of measurement that uses meter, liter, and grams are the base unit of the length or distance, capacity or volume, and the weight, which is the mass, respectively. On the other hand, ang metric unit metric system nag-evolve siya into international systems of unit or SI units. So, international systems of units is the most widely used system of measurements and the modern form of metric system. At its core, the system it builds of 7 primary units, and the system specifies 20 prefixes to the unit symbols and name to state multiples and fraction of each unit. So these are the example of fundamental quantity to SI units. In mass, the symbol is M, and the SI units to be used is kilogram. In length, symbol is L. The SI unit is meter, symbol is M. And time, small letter T is the symbol. The SI unit to be used is second, symbol is S. And current, that's I. The symbol SI units to be used is ampere, symbol is A. And temperature, the symbol is big letter T, capital letter T. The SI units to be used is Kelvin. Okay. Amount of substance, that is M. Symbol to be used in SI, mole. And lastly is the luminous intensity. SI unit is candela, which is CD. So that is the fundamental quantity to SI units. This is the common prefixes used to SI units. Example, giga. The symbol is big letter G. And the order magnitude is 10 raised to 9. Ang raise niya in how many numbers? Would be that 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, giga, 9 zeros, so that raised to 9. Next is mega, that is the capital letter M. Mega is 1 million. That's 10 raised to 6 or 10 power of 6. Kilo, which is K, the meaning is 1,000 or 10 raised to 3. And hecto, which is H, 100 or 10 raised to 2, and deca or dA is 10 raised to 1. So, giga, mega, kilo, to deca is the opposite of this, dc, centi, milli, makronan. So, it begins with the 0 point, which is negative. So, that is the common prefixes used, other units. And meron ding additional, which is the iota, zeta, hexa, beta, tera. So, pento, ato, septo, yocto. That is the opposite prefixes. Then the derived units. So, in derived units, a unit of measurement, it is in the SI unit, is derived from one or more of the 7 base units. For example, quantity is the area, the name that is square meter, the symbol is A, and the base unit that is meter squared, squared meter. Next is the volume. A volume is cubic meter with the symbol of V. In base unit, that is meter cube, of cube raised to 3. Then the density name is kilogram per cubic meter. Density with the symbol of this, that is rho. The base unit is kilogram per meter cube. And the speed, meter per second, that is C, is meter per, the slash is per second. Then acceleration, meter per second squared. Symbol is A, so base unit is meter per second squared. Measure, that is Pascal of PA, that is kilogram meter raised to -1, second raised to 2, -2. Same is the energy joule, and frequency, that is hertz, power, that is watt, voltage, that is volt, and charge, that is coulomb. Next topic under the measurement is conversion of units. In conversion of units, the conversion between the different units of measurement of the same quantity, typically through multiplicative conversion factors. So there are the process of conversion of units. The first step is identify the unit you have or the original unit. Next, step 2, identify the unit you want or the desired unit. And step 3, identify the appropriate unit conversions factors. And so step 4, console units and perform the mathematics calculation. And lastly, evaluate the result. So that are the process. So this is also the example chart of conversion of units. So in length, and 1 meter equals to 3.3 feet. And 1 inch equals to 2.43 centimeter. And 1 millimeter, that is 1.61 kilometer. And temperature in Fahrenheit equals to 9/5 times degrees Celsius plus 32. Pag Celsius naman equals to 5/9 times Fahrenheit minus 32. Then K is Kelvin equals to degrees Celsius plus 273.15. And also other formula equals to 5/9 times Fahrenheit minus 32 plus 253. In mass, 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. That is pound. in ounce, in 1 ounce, that equals equivalent to 28.35 gram. In 1 feet or 1 foot equals to 0.028 meters. In volume naman, or the capacity, 1 ml equals to 1 centigrade, 1 cup equals to 273 ml, 1 gal o gallon, that is 16 centigrade, and 1 meter cube equivalent to 35.31 feet cube. So, and pressure, the conversion of unit in pressure in 1 atmospheric pressure, ATM, equals to 100.3 kPa kilopascal. And 1 ATM equivalent also to 760 mmHg, that is mercury. And 1 bar equivalent to 10 raised to 5 Pascal. And 1 PSI equivalent to 68.948 mbar. So, in energy, in 1 joule, that is joule, equivalent to 2.39 times 10 raised to negative 4 kilocalorie. And 1 energy equals to 1.602 raised times 10 raised to negative 19 joule. So that are the example of conversion chart. And also in your book, merong chart, page 8, example of conversion ng units. Diyan kayo mag-base ng how to convert any amount of numbers. So, example. This example. In example 1, 1,000 meters to decimeters. DC, let's check the prefixes in DC. So, the order magnitude is 0.1 or 10 raised to negative 1. So, make sure pag mag-derive or mag-convert ng meter to decimeter or any base unit, make sure ang original, that is the original units, and this is the desired units. So, make sure ang original unit is nasa baba para ma-cancel out. So, 1,000 times 1 over 0.1. Check sa calculator. 1,000 times 1 over 0.1 is 10,000 decimeters or 10 raised to 4 decimeters. Next is 0.206 kilopascal to pascal. So, let's check the kilo and prefixes. Kilo is 1,000 or 10 raised to 3. So, let's go back to the example. So, 0.26 kilopascal times and 1,000 pascal equivalent to 1 kilopascal. So, cancel out the kilopascal, 0.206 times 1,000 over 1. So, let's compute. 0.206 times 1,000 over 1. That is 206 Pascal. Make sure ang my base unit ang answer. Kung wala, that is wrong. So, next example. How many inches tall in a man who is 6 feet tall? So, First, state the given. So, 6 feet. And conversion units niya in 1 foot equivalent to 12 inches. So, perform the conversion. So, 6 feet times 12 inches over 1 is equivalent to 6 times 12 over 1. That is 72. 72. Make sure cancel out ang feet para ang desired unit na inches ang maiwan. 72 inches. So, next example. So, when buying a television, on the screen size is measured in inches between opposite corners. How many feet across is a 45-inch television? So, take the given. The 45 inches. And conversion of units equivalent. And 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Same as in previous examples. Perform the conversion units. 45 inches times 1 foot over 12 inches. Then cancel out the inches. It's equivalent to 45 times 1 over 12. That is 3.75. 3.75. So that's the answer. The next example. So in how many pounds are in 435 ounces? So pounds, units niya is LB, ounces is OZ. So state the given. So given is 435 ounces. Then conversion of units. And conversion of units niya from your book, page 9, number 1 example. And 1 pound is equivalent to 16 ounces. So 435 ounces times 1 pound over 16 ounces. Then cancel out the ounce. Equal to 435 times 1 over 60. Equivalent to 27.1875. 27.18 pound. That's the final answer. Next example from your book also. A student averaged 45 miles per hour on a trip. What was the student's speed in feet per second? So, mile per hour into feet per second. Given the 45 mile per hour. 45 mile per hour times mile per feet. So, in 1 mile, equivalent to 5,280 feet. 5,280 feet. 1 mile. So, the next one is the hour. So, times in 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So, cancel out. Equivalent to 45 times 5,280 over 1 times 1 hour over 3,600 is 66. The answer is 66 feet per second. So that's the final answer. Next is the useful conversion equation for temperature and density. So in Fahrenheit equals to 70 degrees Celsius times 1.8 plus 32 is the same with the other formula. Fahrenheit equals to 9 over 5 degrees Celsius plus 32. So this is the empirical formula. The same with the Celsius. And this is the basic formula. So Celsius equals to Fahrenheit minus 32 over 1.8, or degrees Celsius equals to 5 over 9 quantity, or times Fahrenheit minus 32. So in Celsius, the Kelvin equals to degrees Celsius plus 273.15. So that is the formula. And also, Kelvin to Celsius, positive and negative mo lang, transpose mo si K, equals to K or Kelvin minus 273.15. And the density is the formula. Density equals to the mass over volume. That is the other conversion limit equation in terms of temperature and density. Let's go to the example. In Fahrenheit to Celsius example, the given Fahrenheit is 105.5. What is the Celsius? So with this formula, Celsius equals to Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. So calculate 101.5 minus 32. So divide by 1. So the answer is 38.6. How about sa basic formula? Gamitin kung same lang ba. Sa basic formula, Celsius equals to 5 over 9 times degree Fahrenheit minus 30. So 5 over 9 degree Fahrenheit is 101.5 minus 30. Degree Celsius, let's calculate 5, 9 times 101.5 minus 30. So, almost the same. So, 38.6. So, that's the answer. So, next is Kelvin to Celsius. Kelvin to Celsius. So Celsius equals to Kelvin minus 3 at 273.15. So, convert 300 Kelvin to Celsius. So, 300 minus 273.15. 300 minus 273.15. Equivalent to 26.86. 26.86 degrees Celsius. Kung i-run off mo siya, that is 27 degrees Celsius. So, next is the density. Density is used to describe how much space on one object or distance takes up or its volume. In relation, the amount of matter in the object substance, that is mass. So, another way, that is the amount mass per unit volume. So, density equals to the mass over volume. So, this is the symbol rho. That is the density. For example, you have a rock with a volume of 15 centimeter cube and the mass of 45 grams. What is its density? First, take the given mass, which is 45 grams, and the volume is 15 centimeter cube. So, what is the density? The formula: density times mass over the volume. Plus the mass is 45 grams, 15 centimeter cube. So, 45 divided by 15 equals to 3. So, equals to 3 grams and centimeter cube. Always take the base unit. Kung walang base unit, that is 1. Next. So, next is you have decided to carry a boulder home from the beach. It is 30 centimeters on each side. So, it has a volume of 27,000 centimeter cube. It is made of granite, so which has the typical density of 2.8 grams per centimeter cube. How much will this boulder weigh? So, weight is the mass. So, state the given. The given volume is 27,000 centimeter cube. The density is 2.8 grams per centimeter cube. And what is the mass? So, density equals to mass over volume. Since si mass ang unknown, so ang volume transfer to this side. So, density times volume equals to mass. So, mass equals to density times volume. Density is 2.8 grams centimeter cube per centimeter cube times 27,000 centimeter cube. So, cancel out centimeter cube para si gram na maiwan. So, 2.8 times 27,000. Equivalent to 75,600. 600 grams. So, that's the answer. Proceed to the next example. In your book, page 10, sample problem 1, is the density of the water of 0 degrees Celsius is 0.99987 grams per milliliter. What is the mass in kilograms of 185 milliliter of water? first state always the given. The density is 0.99987 gram per ml. And the volume is 185 milliliter of water. Is the volume. 5 milliliter. So what is the weight or the mass? Same procedure. Density equals to the mass over the volume, or mass equals to density times the volume. The mass equals density, which is 0.99987 ml times 185 ml. Cancel out the ml, para gram na lang, equals to 0.99987 times 185 equals to 184.97, or i-run off siya 185 grams. Since the mass is in kilograms, so convert gram to kilogram. So mass equals to 185 gram. So in 1 kilogram, there is 1,000 grams. So cancel out. The answer is 185 times 1 over 1,000 plus 2, 0.185. 0.185 kilogram. That is the answer. Next is the significant figures. In terms of significant figures, refers to the number of important single digits. It started at 0 through 9 inclusive in the coefficient of expression scientific notation. So in scientific method, in significant figures, so first is the non-zero digit are always significant. So non-zero digit, so for example, 2.45, this is 3 significant figures. Another example is 2.3, 2 significant figures. Or 2.185, that is 4 significant figures. Next, in any zero between 2 significant figures are significant. A final zero or trailing zero in the decimal portion is only significant. For example, 0.00045. It is 2 significant figures. So that is the rule of significant figures. Equal lang for this. Next is rounding off. So in rounding off numbers, rounding off means writing an answer to a given degree of accuracy. For example, 483. So, yung run off siya sa next 4 is 8 more than 5. Higher than 5, that is 8. pwede siya man off na 500. How about example 67.32? I-run off mo siya 67.3. Why? Because the next one sa 3 is lower than 5. So, dapat gamit lang yung 2. The next one is 26.7482. I-run off mo siya. Pwede mo siya ma-run off na 27. Or pwede din 26.75. So that's the example of running. So next is the activity time. You're in your activity 2. So activity 2 in your book, page 14. Letter I, S1. Activity 1. Run off the following. So A to F. And second is the conversion of units. Convert the volume in gallons. Number 2 is micrograms to milligrams. Next is Celsius to Fahrenheit. Then next, convert these kilograms. And 5 is how to calculate the density. So that's all. Thank you and see you to the next video.